Please tell us about your. Would you like to tell us about your school, your faculty, department, level, anything?
I am a finalist at University of Ilorin, and I'm studying mass communication.
Okay, Lumi, please tell us about yourself.
My name is Abubakar Oluwakunmi Aminat. My friends call me Lumi. You can call me Lumi too. So I am a baker. I'm a student baker. I'm a final year student of chemistry education, University of Ilorin. Yeah.
You see that at the end of the day, you later expose yourself. People will now know that you're very Aminat.
Yes.
Aisha, please.
Maisha Bankole. I'm a final year student of mathematics education. I'm a YouTuber and a student cinematographer.
Oh, you're not telling us about adventures with Aisha?
Yeah, I said I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, we don't know it is actually named Adventures with Aisha.
It's a travel vlog.
Travel vlog.
Yeah, Adventures with Aisha.
Okay, you heard it from the horse's mouth. I'm hoping they are not offended I called them that. But anyways, it's a phrase. So what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 38 of Reality Monday with yours truly, Damila Imapa. And this will be the last episode on Reality Monday for this year. I'm really glad that both Bukola, Lumi, and Aisha were able to grace this episode. Although I would have loved that a guy was also part of this, because I'm like the only guy here. But anyways, that's not important. Thank you very much, guys, for coming to this episode of Reality Monday. I hope that by God's grace, 2022 will be far better than 2021.
Amen.
Yeah, and the other years. Please feel free to respond to me. So, moving on, we'll be talking about preparing for 2022, which is the part 2 of this episode of Reality Monday. And then I'll be getting opinions. Part 1, I was talking about my own personal opinions on things that people should prepare for before 2022. But now I'll be hearing the opinions of these 3 bosses, which I would like. Who would like to go first? Anybody wants to tell us about? Anybody wants to tell us about like some things that they've learned from 2020, 2021 pandemic year, and the things that people should likely prepare for 2022? Okay, Lumi.
Okay. Starting with the fact that there are 5 weeks in January means that you should not even quarter your December. You can dirty your December. Everybody wants that, but if you stay neat, there's no IPO in January. Seriously, because I saw a tweet on Twitter. Yeah, like January is very long.
Yeah,
so,
I saw that tweet too.
Which brings us to saving. If you blow up your savings for the year by December, January, you will beg, and nothing will happen to those that did not give you or help you. Nothing. So yeah, I think saving, one thing that I learned this year, the power of saving. Even if it's 15 hours you save every day, you find money for data, and that's a big deal. Everybody subscribes, and then we say there's no money to save. If you do 1,000 subscription, save 500, do 500 subscription.
Lumi, please come and advise us on, because as I am like this, means I don't have money. Because you know you're a boss now.
No,
obviously.
seriously.
But aside from that,
aside saving,
when you talk about savings,
yeah.
For instance, like me now that I have my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me ask you first. Where do you like save?
For
do you
me,
use like online apps, financial apps, or?
Earlier this year I started with PiggyVest. Then I saw
PiggyVest.
that I would always break the PiggyVest to myself.
So you always break online PiggyVest
yes.
too?
Me that I said that I will lock the money. I will go there to unlock the money. So
if you actually use CarryWise, there's no way you can lock your money. Do you think you can just stop the savings? I think that was what I did this year. I started using CarryWise, I think around March also. Then I redeemed my money maybe just day before yesterday. Like it was... I started using PiggyVest like last year, but then I'm always removing the money, just like she said.
Okay.
But then CarryWise is very, very
strict. Stricter
like,
than.
At a point, I was sending them mails that I want to collect.
I want to collect my money.
I actually know a friend that he's like campus ambassador for them. I asked him that, is there a way I can collect my money? That I'm very, very broke. And the guy was like, there's no way. So I was like, okay. I just left it. I think it was like 500 naira or something. I was just doing like weekly or so. Then when I wanted to withdraw my money day before yesterday, I was like, wow,
So
I'm rich.
imagine, you see.
No. Like I'm just trying to like to savings. I feel like career wise is very, very,
very strong. But
if you're someone like me and Lumi, that you would,
Yeah,
she's advertising for them. So yeah,
but
obviously.
if you're someone like me and Lumi, that you can withdraw your money anytime.
But then I did that job.
Ajo.
Yes. So that if my money is with another person, I know.
And you can't wait. The kind of ajo is a student ajo.
Yes, weekly days, daily.
And you trust them.
She's my hostel mate. If she runs, she cannot even run. The day that she run, I would have said that this girl is moving mad. I'll collect my money.
But I feel like that's a very good financial advice. I think I said it in episode 1 that your finances, because for me 2020 basically was a rough year for me. Compared to 2021, I feel like me trying to work on my finances, not just savings, because before you can talk about savings, you have to also talk about your sources of income.
Yeah.
She gets, for instance, now someone like me that was I was a graduate in 2020, and then I did not have any source of income. Imagine. But then I was just living life like, okay, I don't really have expenses. But at a point in your life, you need to spend money on so many things. So there's also a difference of finding different sources of income before you can now say that, okay, you want to save. And I would say vividly that a degree is not a source of income. A degree is not a source of income, to be honest. A degree can be a source of income, but basically we go to 4 years to like study a course, and at the end of 4 years, it's almost like, what was the money that you now wasted on it? But let's move on. So, Bukola, is there anything that you'd like to say? Come and give us your experience on finances now. I know you shall. It's not like you've not spent any money this year, so please give us your take.
In finance, right? Like they said, savings is very important. As a student, as someone who is working, I don't know how you're doing life without savings. You should learn to put things aside, money for miscellaneous, money for a rainy day, and like you should be able to track your spendings. I feel you should even actually have a weekly meeting with yourself every week, like I do.
That's interesting.
And see, try to know where your money is going to, because you'd only get to the place you want to be financially if you are intentional about your finances.
Yes.
You're intentional about your money, you're intentional about how everything is going. So check your finances, check your bank history, check your history wherever.
Yeah, that's something that most people don't do. You see that thing that they will send to you at the end of the month.
That bank statement.
Yeah, that bank statement. I don't check it at all.
So check your bank statements. If you feel like a person who spends money anyhow, or you just don't understand where money is always going to, and why you don't have savings, you can, like I said, you can start with 15 naira. You can say, okay, I'll save 15 naira daily. So you can cut back on things that are not important, so you know how to use money well. And also, I feel we should start investing, because
that thing is very important. But it's really good on
as little as, although there are a lot of Ponzi invest schemes around.
Mm-hmm.
So I would advise that you actually get yourself educated. Maybe look for someone who works in a investments, whatever.
Yeah, YouTube is actually a very good tool.
Yeah,
you can check on YouTube.
So you'd actually try and invest. It could be something very small. And then one thing most people don't understand about investment is it's not something you start today that you don't come and collect your money 1 month, or you think you're going to be having gains by 1 month. You have to be ready to drop that money
for
and
a
let
very
it
long
grow.
time.
Yes. So it's one of the ways you can diversify your account and build your finances properly for 2022.
Thank you very much for that wonderful take. So, Auntie Lumi, are we still continuing? Aside from finances, please give us one other thing we should prepare for before 2022.
Okay, so there are two things actually. The first one is I think Corona year has taught us that anything can happen at any point in time. Anybody can die. I feel like we've lost a lot of people this past 2 years. Yeah.
Especially this December, the things that are happening this December.
You're losing people. Things are happening, especially on social media. I don't know of any other social media, but Twitter. Things are really happening. We read stories every day, which brings me to you appreciate people that are there with you. I don't know this fake friend thing. No, I can't relate because I've not been in that situation before.
Really?
Yes, and I've never been called a fake friend.
Okay, you're talking about yourself.
No, like I've not even been in a situation where I have to call somebody a fake friend because people have things going on with them. But then I'm just going to say that you appreciate these people while they are still here. It's not because you are not appreciating somebody when somebody is now moving mad, you are not still there because you want to appreciate. If somebody is moving mad, give them their space, like, nigga, you got to calm down. But then still appreciate people that are with you because death is the end.
Yes.
That's like end. That's like the end, no part 2. And death is a big deal, really. Seriously, just don't see it coming. And then I would say that prayer again. We really need to pray. This generation, my own generation.
When you say your own generation, there's Gen Z, there's
yes,
Millennium X, there's I think one other last one I can't remember.
Gen Z generation.
Okay.
It's Twitter prayer we used to do. WhatsApp prayer.
There's also space. They do space prayer too. Space prayer.
I don't know. God is not on WhatsApp. It's not on Twitter. We wake up and say, "Thank you, Baba God, for waking me." You don't carry Bible. Most of them don't have Bible. Their prayers, it's only during Ramadan you know some Muslims. It's only on Sundays you know some Christians. We don't even pray. We see the whole thing as God understand. Allow me all these things. See, prayer is a big deal. 2022. Even me, I want all of us together to improve on our religious, really spiritual life. Yeah, spiritual life is the word. Spiritual life, really. Yeah.
So I think I remembered something with what Lumi was saying, which saddens me a lot. We actually don't appreciate a lot of people in our lives until they are gone. And then, like I think Pato Rankin sang, "Appreciate Me While You're Still Alive." I don't really listen to songs, but that song actually, like, it was very, very, what's it called, touching.
That was the last song that posted.
Yeah, before he died. So I feel like, we are just so sucked up inside life that we don't see the things that are in front of us.
I think I saw something somewhere where someone said, people have a lot of good things to say about you, but you just have to die first. And
before.
Really, that really got to me. Because when someone dies, you see people talking about the person, a lot of good things and all of that. And I just wonder, do you actually tell this person this thing when the person was alive? Me with my friends, I always tell them, even when I was coming here, I still tell them I love them so much. I don't know, I'm just kind of person that if you are very good to me, even if we're not that close, I'm going to let you know that what you did to me is very, very, like, I really appreciate it. I appreciate people while they're here. Because I feel like tomorrow if I die now, if I go to heaven, the person will not know. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just it. It's like, people die every day.
One sad story, I don't know if anybody here actually know someone that died this year or during Corona. But one very sad story that I heard, I'm just using this as an example, not using it to like point out anything, but my scholar in school that we finished together 2018, a lady, which I don't know, like, it was very saddening to me. Her story was almost all over. I would not say the details, but she died this year. And I don't know, it got me thinking about so many things. For instance, now, this girl was one of the persons that when we were in school, we would say she's like one of the very few people that, like, all of us would say, this girl will use geology when she come out the school. Like, she was the scholar, she was so quiet, she was very reserved, she was very disciplined, and she was extremely religious. Like, to be honest, she was just like, she's the person that you even least say that, okay, this person actually, I don't even know, I don't even want to say it, but at the end of the day, what I'm just trying to say is that anybody can die. anybody. There's no young age to death. There's no very magic wand to say that okay, this is the time I want to live for. Anybody can die at any time, and that's one of the things that scares me.
I think the first time that actually got to me was when I was in, I think, was it 300 level also? There's someone died in my department, and that person is actually very close to me. Like, it was actually the first person to patronize me when I started my business. Then I wanted to give him, I think, a pouch and something, Then I saw him on Friday. I told him I was going to give him on Monday. Then that Saturday, he just called me that I should bring his pouch, okay? But then I asked one of my friends to give it to him. Then on Monday, I was in class. I just saw that this guy died, okay? Someone that was supposed to give something this Monday, even though I just sent my friend to give it to him on Saturday. Then I was not thinking that this guy actually, I would have actually told this person that you actually motivate me a lot. Like, you encourage me. You are the first person to patronize me and all of that. But I wasn't able to tell him. So since then, when I meet someone and you just do something to me, I'm just going to tell you that, oh, I really appreciate it. Even ordinary colloquial man, I actually go, So I think that's just life.
This thing, I feel like people will hear this thing and still reach 2022 and will still be fucking mad.
And again, malice. I don't know how people are so comfortable.
I don't know how people do that,
If I'm not talking to someone, if I see the person like this, I'll just be having this big.
I do too. I feel like I don't know
even if I just hear the person's word, like maybe the person's name, right?
Yes.
Like, what of your friend? I'll just, hey, you and this person,
you're not even talking.
Like, my mind will just be like, then I'll just reach out to the person. Like, I don't know how to do it. Like, keeping malice.
I'm not talking to somebody for a long time. Like, and then how do you even do it? What if the person dies? That's it.
Please.
Like,
and I think,
I feel all of us are guilty of this.
But I think keeping malice with someone is different from actually just cutting the person off.
Yes,
I want to give space. But keeping malice with someone is like
when
like bad intentions towards
bad intentions.
I think that's
or maybe
malice.
when the person offended you want to do it back.
But I think we all have someone that we are no more talking to. And
That's
but I don't think that's malice.
That one is LD.
When you tell somebody that, see, you're a good person, I am a good person, but if we come together, we're like ticking bombs. So stay. I can reach out.
I think this happened to me recently. One of my closest friends, I just had to tell her that we are still friends. If I see you outside, I'm going to greet you, but then we are not going to be that close anymore because I see our relationship that is not. I think that's different from.
That's totally different. That's totally different.
Keeping malice.
It all boils down to the fact that you should actually be very intentional with your cycle and everybody that's around you. Like, you should know the kind of person you want to be and the kind of people that should be around you. And at the same time, don't keep malice, because at the end of the day, you're not giving yourself high blood pressure.
I think it's so much
work.
work.
The kind of heartache that comes with malice, if you see the person and then you are even thinking, this person, should I give that?
You get.
And you squeeze your face again. The kind of stress that comes with squeezing your face when you see something and being conscious. You cannot just be free.
And then people should also understand that it is not a sin if someone says they can't be close to you anymore.
It's not.
We're all adults.
Like, people should just be mature about life.
You have to understand that you can be like, you can like this person but still be toxic for them. Like, some people bring out the toxicity in you. All of us, we are toxic. It might not be big, it might be small things. But then there are some people that you meet that they just
bring all the bad things about you.
You cannot just deal with them. Yes, you want them to be around, but you cannot just help it. So it's better for that person to be at arm's length. I know, I wish you well. I want you to be safe wherever you are. But then let's just keep our distance.
Okay, but quick question, because this thing is another episode entirely. Let people just know that please don't keep malice. But quick question, very briefly. I want to ask everyone that, okay, when you meet people, like at this point in your life, what's your opinion about meeting new people, whether online, offline?
For me, if I'm meeting someone now, I want you to stay. Don't stress me. Do not stress, because I get stressed. Like, it's small things that will stress me. But I want it to be long. Like, I want it to be a long-term thing. So I don't joke with people's feelings. I want you to stay for a very long time. I want to spend like this friendship. I want it to last forever. So when I'm meeting people for the first time, yes, I'm open to being long-term with you. But then moving in, when I now see that this person is not a normal person, we can't do long-term.
Thank you very much. If do you still want to say something else?
No, I'll just say that it's very okay for people to fall off. Very normal.
Okay, thank you. Aisha.
Okay, I think for me, when it comes to friendship, I'm not really this kind of actually, I'm very lively and all, but I'm not this kind of person that keep a lot of friends like that. So when I meet someone online or offline, I know when we are talking, it's just like a week or two. And the next time I'm going to talk is maybe when he needs my help or when I need your help or something. I know it might be bad, but then
I said it's bad.
I think I'm used to it. I just have my.
That's one of the importance of being intentional. Like, I feel like anybody you're meeting, I think I created a trend about that thing. Do you usually communicate? Like, are you usually intentional? Tell this person who you are.
No, lately when someone comes to my DM, what's up? I want us to be friends and all of that. I just tell the person straight, yes, we're going to be friends. But then once in a while, I might just ghost on you and all of that. And I think that's just
That's being intentional. Actually, that's being intentional. No, that's not. That's like being.
No. The ghosting.
Who does not ghost? Who doesn't
this
ghost?
This ghosting is like, okay, I don't want to talk to someone like this.
At this point. Yes, that's you. That's your personality.
Tell the person that I don't want to talk to somebody. Imagine I'm talking to you, Nadam Larry, and then I just ghost. I don't know.
No. Tell me. Actually,
No. That's why I say.
Lumi, I want to. I already know you to an extent. I think I asked.
Yeah.
She gets so. I will not be surprised. And one of the things about people is that for me, I look at the worst. She gets like I expect the worst from people. So when they actually do like a very good thing, I'll like be surprised. Oh, you actually did this. She gets so when you do the worst, I've already put it in my back of my mind. Oh, I expected it. She gets so no. To be honest, I feel like that's how most of my friends have made me. So it has given me peace of mind. You understand? So, Kola?
For me, friendships are harder. I necessarily don't really have people say, I want to be your friend because I have an off personality. I'm not the kind of person that is friendly. No, I'm not. But then for me, when I meet somebody, it's always, what do you want? I feel life is a transaction. So if talking to you over time, I feel there's a potential in you being my friend, I would ask. Or we'll just probably develop it. To me, I feel like you're not supposed to be friends with everybody.
Yes, you cannot be friends with everybody.
There's
Not
people that are
everybody's
just
a
going to be
friend.
acquaintance.
I can tell you, I don't have more than 10 friends. To be
10 is
sincere.
plenty.
10 is pretty
I know a lot of people. I have friends.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, but then I don't have.
Yes, that's what we
I
usually
can
do.
say my friends are not
that
even
you're
up to
not their
five.
friend. They feel like
Yeah, it's a problem. I thought I was your friend.
I know you, but you're not my friend. So to me, I just feel, take life as it is.
As it
Not
is.
everybody's your friend. Whatever, it's okay if the transaction between you and this person is, hi, how are you? How was your day? Let's go to class together. Let's do that. That person's not your friend still.
Yes.
To me, I feel I see friendship as a very important tie. If you have it, you guide it with your life,
With
just
your
the
life,
same way I
to be
guide it with
honest.
my life. So I'm going to be very intentional about you. There are things I'm going to do that I will expect back. So if I see that you don't have the qualities in you to be that, I would just necessarily not even try. I naturally don't even try. My personality doesn't even try. So that's just how it is for me. And I feel it's very okay because most people are like me and they don't try. It's okay. When you see the ones that are friendly enough, okay. And then if I meet somebody and the person is like, hi, I want to be friends with you, I try to get to know you, and I see that it's not going to work out, I just tell you the truth.
At least you tell them the truth. You tell them the truth. Although one of the reasons why I know people don't actually like telling people the truth is that they take it the wrong way.
the truth hurts.
The truth hurts.
Irrespective of how you want it. Imagine me going to class with you every day and then I hear you telling somebody I'm not your friend. I would feel bad because I feel like for me to make time and say I want to go to class with you, I can go to class on my own. But I'm choosing to go with you. Why would you say I'm not your friend? That hurts.
Okay, that's when individuality comes in. You understand? So it's what works for most of us, and I feel this comes from our root. And I'm hoping that when I'm done with this, we can just move on from this topic. This deals with our roots because people don't understand that. Some people try to make it seem like they own themselves, they own their mentality, they own their thinking. That's one of the reasons why when someone comes in, especially Twitter, the opinions that you see there, some people be like, yes, that's my
Twitter
opinion.
is not the loop.
Yeah, definitely. But you see people say that is my opinion.
Everybody's smart on Twitter.
As in, but people don't understand that where you grew up, where you were born, the kind of people you mingled with, the kind of school you went to, every single thing that happened to you, your parents, the kind of treatment you had, these things will reflect in your personality later in life and your decision making. But people like to feel like, oh, I just reached there and I became this person that I am, and I'm like all known about something. Shake it. But then it affects us, and it's not bad because you did not control it.
True.
If you were like exchanged with another person's life, you would definitely be a different person, obviously. So I feel like, yes, everybody has their own ideology, and you have to accept people for who they are, for the background they came from, because they could not control it. If they had the control of it, then probably all of us will be the perfect version of ourselves, but we can't. We are just ourselves.
I also feel that you see the whole friendship thing has to do with if you're not a friend to yourself, if you don't understand yourself properly, you don't have like an in-depth definition of who you are, what you are like, you would not be able to experience someone else as a friend. So I feel for most people, the reason why you think it is very sad for you is because maybe you also do not know me properly. Because if you know me properly and you know yourself properly, you would also know that not everybody is like you. You will look at your friend or the person you call a friend. You look at what they like, you look at the things. Are you trying to also be a good person to this person? If you're trying to be a good person, obviously the person is going to reciprocate. And then slowly, you don't build friendship with 2 weeks, 1 month. And to be sincere, most of the friendship we have in uni here is temporary. After school, you realize you don't have friends.
To be honest. But the problem is that when you go out of school, meeting people is
harder.
It's fucking hard.
And it would only work perfectly well for you if you understand yourself and understand that other people are different from you and they also have boundaries. Very important.
Boundaries is very, very important.
You have to know who this person is. That's why it goes down with spending time with this person, knowing this person, leaving your own body, leaving your own self and looking at this person and trying to know this person properly. I have friends that I know I can't even mix them together. I can't sit down with this person and this person at the same time. They're two different people.
Yeah.
And it will feel like I'm a very different person when I'm with this person and when I'm with that person.
There are some friendships that when you are with some, you might be loud and all, and there are some that maybe it's only business talk and sessional stuff that you guys talk about.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Friendship for friendship, you have to know what works for you and what works for this person and how the both of you are going to.
For example, me, when I'm going for parties, I know the kind of friends I can. I cannot go and meet my friend that does not party. That let's go, and now I will not be saying, oh, you don't want to follow me, you're a fake friend. No, I already know he does not party. So it's the one that parties that go and meet that let's go to party. So I think that should lead us to relationship talk.
Okay, so I think, moving on, if you want to talk about, maybe you should advise people on what they should prepare for, because I feel like at least we obviously do not know everything. That's what I want anybody listening to understand. And aside from that, everything that we are saying is just so that you can pick your own points, know what works for you, and like know what you should prepare for, like understand yourself, understand who you are, try to understand other people. So that you will not give yourself stress in 2022 is important. So anyways, I think if anybody you want to say something about you were trying to say relationship now. Maybe you want to advise people about being in relationships. I don't have experience about it, so anybody that has experiences.
So let's be serious.
Serious about what? See who's talking.
Me as a person, I think that I caught enough clues to say I want to be serious next day.
Thank you.
Because
serious about relationship.
I just came back from
Are you that serious?
No, I didn't go to look for husband. I have other personal issues. It's people that are looking for husband, which is why just pick your own madness and nurture it.
Wait, are you talking about husband now or the cliche definition of relationship?
No, relationship.
You know what I mean by cliche definition of relationship?
No.
I actually mean the societal understanding of relationship, which someone like me does not agree to.
Okay.
What's the societal understanding of?
Okay, for instance, now the basic knowledge of what we mean by relationships. Let's take union for example. You find that most people, at least those that I know that have been in relationships, those people tend to like. I follow their stories because I'm friends with mostly girls. Friendship with guys has always like been weird for me. I don't know. That's another like side. But most of the girls I've actually had conversations with, you enter into a relationship with someone, and the so-called, in quote, reason why you are in a relationship with this person is you like this person. And yeah, there are some annoying scenarios or very weird and disturbing scenarios where you'll be like, in the next, maybe in like 1 week, you're already talking about love. I love him, I love her. In 1 week. I'm like, to be honest, love at first sight, I don't know that thing. Because obviously when you see someone, for me, before I can create a connection with you, I have to have a conversation with you. I have to like know you, know who you are, before I can say that I actually even like you. Not to now talk of the feeling of love.
I think we're different. Like all of us are different.
Yeah, everybody. That's one of the reasons. Everybody is different.
Love is a very big deal.
It's a big
sure,
deal.
But I'm not talking about the love. I'm just talking about like when you meet someone and maybe the person just like spark this. I don't know. There's this spark.
That's not love.
Then,
There's spark.
yes,
I understand
yes,
there's spark. Someone was telling me.
We actually mix it up. Like I don't know. That spark might make something.
In fact, there are different
feel
feelings.
Like love.
There are different feelings. What about crush? There are different feelings. You know, one of my problems is that people tend to, They tend to like define something that they feel based on their own intellectual capabilities or their own experiences. For example, now we actually feel if we touch each other, we feel something. There's the feeling of when you see someone. There's the feeling of when you are around someone. We have different emotions: happy, sad. Moody, depressed, and so many things. We feel all these things, but then they are intangible. So you cannot just say, but boy, what I'm feeling, I'm sure it is love. How do you know it's not lost? How do you know? And at the end of the day, my problem is that, yes, I feel like love is something that when you are with somebody, it should not be something that you just fall out of love. And at the end of the day, you guys will break up, and then you start crying. Someone that you loved, you start hating the person. And the concept of ex is my problem. I hate that thing. Why would I be like, is my ex my something, and you hate somebody that you said you loved?
That is it.
It's a concept that is obsolete for me.
Love is a big deal. Love is actually a very big deal. I don't know. I feel like you have to like somebody a lot, not just normal like you a lot. And for me to now say maybe I love you, and then if I love you, irrespective of what you do to me, I would still give you like some. You're not going to be treated like every other person because I do love you, and even if you live my life, I would still like you a lot.
I feel like that's time. Supposed to be the definition.
It would take a long period of time before I finally want to even let go of you and the memories that we shared. So, which means that I cannot say, okay, because you are my ex now, I will see you and I'll be cursing you, or doesn't make any sense.
How do we even do that thing? Like, you see your ex, someone that you guys have like
dated and all.
Yeah, you start being like, go punish that girl. Go be serious to punish that girl.
But then I feel like when it comes to relationship, one thing I learned in 2020, 2021 is that no. I thought that's what we were talking about.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to. I'm listening.
I think one thing I learned 2020, 2021 is to be intentional about someone that you actually want to be with. You cannot just meet someone and there are some things that this person does that you cannot really settle down with, and you're just like, okay, let me just see how it goes. Eventually the relationship will still break. Like, there are some things that you can actually, I don't know how to put it. Yes, like you can, okay, this person is not okay. I don't mind.
At least you have a conversation about it, open conversation.
But then someone that, okay, I don't know what example I can use. Okay, but someone that is selfish. something like that, and you're like, okay, maybe while we are dating, I'm going to
or someone that
I'm going to
beats
make
a lady.
Someone that even thinks that beating a lady is normal. And he has not beaten the person, no, but you're talking to him and he's saying,
like, what's there? If she offends me, if she offends me,
and you are not like, it does not. I think eventually the relationship is still going to end.
Yeah,
it's still going to end. So I just feel like we should just be more intentional about our relationships in 2022.
Come 2020.
Like, if you know that this person, you are not going to, and like, maybe he has these vices or
guys,
something I don't know. Take
for guys, just especially, guys. I will not say most guys, but some guys, you get into a relationship just because you want to have sex with this person, and then...
Do people still do that?
Yes, they do.
Do people still do that? Or that's like what they do?
Really? Guys, I know someone that they just have breakfast because
a lady,
yes, a lady, which is my
friend. But they've served a lot of people breakfast this year.
This girl is my friend, and the reason why...
Oh boy, that thing is like, they should be putting it as a sense, like, they should be studying the amount of breakfast that people have collected in every year, to be honest.
The boy broke up with her was because I think he had a bet with his friends.
Bets.
Yes.
Bets.
I think I only hear that in Nollywood.
That this girl, because my friend is actually very uptight. Very like, she doesn't, all this relationship thing, she doesn't really fancy it. So I think his friends told him that he would not be able to like get through to her. And then when she saw fine Bobo now, maybe she let her guard down and all. And then it's the friends that now even telling this my friend that what is your gwa Louis betting relationship or something like that.
Are you kidding?
It didn't make sense.
To be honest, if anybody is hearing this and knows any guy like that, go punish the guy.
Amen.
And aside from that, the guy, there's no amount of talk that will be like, but that is a very, very stupid mentality. You still bet. You still bet.
What about ladies that also date guys just for money? For money or something.
Especially some girls for young boys.
That one is stupid.
Social standards. I heard that they have association.
Association of what?
Your boy's
girlfriend.
Wow. I even know somebody that is in the association. I used to see her, she's on my snap. Yes, I used to see her very well. They have association.
We are not in this life.
Generation, you guys confuse everything with love. Someone buys you food, love. Someone does for people like me, that is small things that will make me the sparkle, but I will not call it love. Someone does something nice for you, you're already at home, they're dreaming about it. Ask me, let's just stop that. Come 2022, let's be serious. I'm not saying we should not catch cruise, relationship, Let's just be intentional about people. Do I want this person? It's not the one that you just want to play with this person because you're afraid of being lonely. You have to be comfortable with yourself before you can allow someone into your space. That is it. That's the theme. So 2022.
In short, Lumi, by 2022, we should be expecting that.
I'll get a ring.
Oh, interesting. You people heard it here first, so she will get a ring. Lumi, the CEO of Lumi Treats, is getting a ring by 2022. I beg me, I shall chop price. I'm not be that one. Aisha, is there any other thing that you want to tell us about the relationship matter? Nothing?
Just be intentional.
Bukola? You cannot relate?
I can't.
You can't? Okay. Yeah, I totally understand that one. But please, everything that we've said, please put in your mind. So,
I think another thing I feel like we should take serious in 2020 is like, I think we all do business, okay? Do you have a business?
Used to.
I think one thing I learned 2020, 2021 is to know how to like separate my business from my own money. I think 2020 I wasn't able to do that, and it really affected my business a lot. When my customer pay me money, I was like, to flex. Like, I don't have a business account. Everything is together.
You know me.
You're guilty, but
scratching my head.
Everything is. So this 2021, I think beginning of 2021, I made this resolution that I was going to separate my business money from my own money. Though sometimes when I'm broke, I remove from my business money.
Inside.
But then I know this money is for my business, and when I want to You get, so I think that's one thing we should like try to like
put in consideration.
Yeah, in 2022, like
make sure that if you have a business, don't go put your business money inside your personal money, but you know the work. I understand that fact.
And then it is unrelated, but it is really okay for everybody, to be into this crypto thing. I don't like the way people make it feel like if you're not going to do crypto, if you're not doing crypto, you will not make it in this life.
It's not only crypto actually. So many other.
Even tech.
Like forex.
Tech. So some people make it feel like if you are not into tech, you are not living.
If you are not doing what's it called?
I can do blood money. I will not do it. It's an option too.
It's an option, Abby.
If the cycle continue,
it's not. You are who? You forgotten that SARS is outside, Abby. Don't worry.
What are friends for?
Yeah, don't pressure us into going into
No pressure me.
No, not ordinary crypto. Everything that everything that people are rushing into to make money.
Now it's even betting. If you are not betting, you are not making it. People,
I think I know about that betting.
But when it comes to that, I think it's everywhere too, like business too. Some people they just if you are not doing business, you're not serious with your life. I have a friend that she's always telling me that this business she's not going to do. She's not that kind of person, and she's not. Yes. But then some of us we just wake up one day, woman, I want to be selling ringo, because you just feel like all your friends are
but people sell a lot of things. From last year to this year.
I want to sell.
Corona really made us broke.
People sell.
My
people sold so many things.
Brother, I think earlier this year my mom cut him off like. Allowance and all. Then he started selling data. Then I think he did it for 2 weeks. My mom was like,
oh, that data money.
Come to your business. He said, he had. So it's not everybody that will do this.
It's not everybody.
It's not everybody that will
business
do
business is.
It's not everybody that will do tech. It's not everybody money. Just know what. Just know your
works for you.
Just know what works for you, and just
I feel like I'll even try and do another episode on this business thing because it is very, very wild. It's very wild. And the fact that, you know what I was actually thinking you were going to say was that separate your business from your personality. That was what me and someone was saying the other day, because there are so many things that you will not be able to accept as a person. But as your business, because you want your business to grow, oh boy, you will have to. And this annoying thing of customer is always right, oh boy.
I have a personal experience, So I was supposed to deliver cake to this person, and then her boyfriend paid for it, and then I think was supposed to be. I don't even know what it was about. And then I called this girl that I'm already at the junction or something. She said that I should come to her friend's house, but that's where she is. And her friend's house is not even close to her house. I have to take bike from where I am to her friend's house. And she's not like, is it not your work?
And the normal you would have changed it for.
I said that people that don't used to do up to that, I'm not okay. I was so close. I had to call the confess and relax that.
Calm down.
Because her boyfriend is like my good customer, and I'm like, if I say what I want to say to this cake, can she even afford this cake?
This morning, something similar happened to me. Like, asked this dispatcher to go and collect one customer's clothes. Then he got there and the customer told the guy, like the guy called him before going on, told the guy that he wants to take his bath, that he should wait outside the gate. He didn't even open the gate.
Just to give someone clothes.
Then the dispatcher called me like, this is what happened though. Then I called the guy. Then the guy was like, he just wants to. I was like, okay, don't worry. I just go to this dispatcher to be going home, because the normal me, I would have insulted the guy like, you're wasting someone's precious time like this,
and you're not paying for the time.
How much? The delivery is just 200 naira. You're not expecting me to be begging you because of it. I just left him. So I think when it comes to that, you have to just separate your personality. There are a lot of times that you can even.
But then you have to make sure that you don't accept everything too, but you be diplomatic about all this kind of things. Right. It's very, very important.
So when I got there and I saw her and I told her that normally, I would not let anybody disrespect me, because I hate embarrassment and I hate disrespect a lot. So I don't like it. I would not let anybody do this to me. But then because you're a customer, I have to do this. And I told her that next time this happened, that I might not be able to come to her place. That I might just take it to whoever ordered it. And she's like, it's okay, it's fine, she's sorry, and all. I'm like, whatever.
Well, she gets in, she's small. Anyways, moving on from business. Bukola, anything we should learn, we should prepare for?
I think we should also learn to be take actions and be more responsible in 2022. Learn to visualize yourself in the highest esteem and in the highest way you want to be, and then take actions for it.
That's
Stop
taking action.
saving hashtag billionaire wife, hashtag I have 10 bags, hashtag do your channel blah 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 when you don't want to work for the lifestyle.
No. Do you know how many people have said this year that I need money I don't want to work for? All of us are usually. I think all of us are guilty.
All of us.
And at the end of it, we just say we are catching cruise.
All of
Yeah,
us
catching
also
cruise.
want to be pampered, but you have to take actions for everything. Take actions for every single thing. Take actions for the lifestyle you want to be.
Be responsible.
Be responsible. And then also something
That's the top.
I think everyone should learn to articulate themselves properly. Learn to be very be who you are. Integrity, be honest, and say things how they are to reduce issues and stress in your life. That's something I've learned this year. I would have people do things to me, and just because I don't want to hurt them, or I just don't want to sound as the person that nags, and talking is actually a motor sport for me to talk to people and be like, this is what you did. And this year I learned how to articulate my feelings properly. Learn to say it how
it is.
like
Communicate.
as it's happening.
But say it in a way that it will be like you are not like in the best possible
in the
manner,
best possible way.
where you
should
will not
also
hurt the other person's feelings.
Maybe someday the cases may be reversed and you would expect the person to treat you with respect. So make sure you treat the person also with respect while you articulate yourself properly. You don't have to talk like a mad person or somebody who is mad.
Some people are just rude.
Or be so rude or see everybody as
Your mate.
treat people with respect.
Yes.
That's
It's just a number.
And also lastly for me is boundaries. I love boundaries. Learn to respect people's boundaries and learn to keep boundaries. Boundaries with everyone for everything. If you don't text people, if you don't like people texting you at night at a particular time,
Say it.
And
Say it,
also,
please.
you should also know that people would also forget your boundaries. Feel free to remind them. If they're texting you at 9 o'clock, you too don't reply. Because when you keep replying by 9:30, you're indulging that person. So don't reply anybody that texts you by 9 p.m. if you don't like it when someone is texting you by 9. If you don't like it when people talk to you without respect, you say it that, oh, I don't like the way you spoke to me the other day. And you also treat people with respect. You don't set boundaries without respecting other people's boundaries. That's it. Respect people's boundaries and make sure you set boundaries. Feel free to be who you are and make sure you protect your mental health space. Do everything possible to protect your mental health space. COVID was a messed up thing that happened to everyone all over the world.
Even though they are talking about one other thing that's coming now.
Recovering from the whole mess up and with their mental health and all. You don't need too much stress in your life. Life is tiring. Life is too much to even go through normally as a normal, sane human being. So why would you keep indulging and allowing things that would actually end up messing with your mental health space? So be very intentional about things like that. Set your boundaries, respect people, and respect people's boundaries. And also remind people about, keep on reminding them.
Yeah, I think something I also remembered, I want to point out, and I'm hoping that, we'll probably just get like 1-2 other opinions before we round up this episode, because I said it in the beginning, if we start talking, we will definitely just continue talking. So, talking about boundaries and like reminding people about your boundaries, something I feel people should put in mind, or something that came through my mind, was the fact that communication, yes, let people know your best mode of communication. That thing has like come into light now, because for instance now there are so many people that they like texting, they like some people like video calls, some people like voice calls, but some people do not like it. So sometimes you might like create a connection with somebody, and the most important thing is that is like making it get ruined is the fact that you guys never really communicated or like talked about your modes of communication. And then you see someone that likes texting and you text the person, but probably the other person is like a call person, and the person cannot reply a text, and you'll be like, this person is so proud. What was all this? But then the person is just like that. Like, that's what the person likes. The person finds it hard to do this, to do that. So you have to also respect those people's boundaries, and like, if you want to still create connections with them, just like talk about it and be mutual and say that, okay, if we want to, because yes, I feel like something that deals with like what emotions really are, whether you are friends with someone or you are in love, in quotes, is first of all trust and sacrifice. Like, if you want someone in your life, you have to have these two things. But if you are not willing to trust somebody and sacrifice anything for them, then obviously just tell the person, see, it cannot work. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why you have to openly communicate with people. If you see someone that wants to know you, let the person know who you are, so that you don't like get to the stage where you be like, you ignored me for a very long time, and this, that, you start giving long stories. That's like supposed to be obsolete at this point in time. So yeah, that's my own opinion on that. I don't know if anybody has any take. Okay, so any last last things that we should prepare for?
Last thing for me
Aisha.
is let's just treat each other better this coming year. This world is tough as it is already. Let's just really treat each other better, because some people are mean. They treat people with disrespect and as if people are nothing. Let's just treat each other better. Treat people the way you'd want to be treated. Come true for people if you can. Don't say because this person doesn't text me, because give if you can give. Help people if you can. Cook and give somebody else if you can, if it's convenient for you. But some other time, try to see things from people's point of view and then help people. We only have each other. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Aisha, last takes.
She said everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Bukola, last takes.
God. Take God seriously.
Seriously.
Trust your intuition. Take God seriously. Trust your intuition. Take God seriously. That's it.
Thank you very much. So my own last final, well, not final, because I'm hoping I'm not going to die yet, by God's grace, before 2022. But only God knows what will happen. But something I want to say is really important, and you should put in mind before 2022 is that document memories. Any single memory, like any time that you feel like, oh, this was special, even if it is just you. If it's just you, it might not be with another person. Probably you see like a nice sunset or a nice a nice tree, or you travel somewhere. Document memories, because when you get old, or like when you when you cannot move, you're not as mobile as before. If you like grow old, or probably someday where you'll be depressed or something, you can just go through your phone, go through anything, and like look at the times you documented a smile with a friend. Look at the times you documented a flower that you really admired, you liked, and then you'd feel better. I feel like you feel better because yes, those are the memories that you actually documented yourself. So yes, that is like my last take finally. So any last words from my wonderful guest? None? No?
Yeah.
No?
Happy New Year in advance.
Oh, Happy New Year in advance.
Problem no they finish. Try to enjoy.
Yeah, try to enjoy. Please, telling people Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Oh yes.
Going to be out before Christmas.
Please send your loved ones gifts. Thank you very much.
It's true, Christmas, give gifts. If you don't have it to give, you can ask me.
Interesting. Well, actually,
It's only Nigeria that don't give your, maybe all these Sakpa people share.
Nigeria is very hard, please. Nigeria is very hard.
Somebody said that you don't do birthday. Even if it's holiday season, give gifts.
Give gifts. Okay. Thank you very much. So lastly, I really want to appreciate every single one of my guests. I want to appreciate Aisha. I want to appreciate Lumi. I want to appreciate Bukola, thank you very much, guys, for gracing this. I really, really appreciate this. I cannot express myself enough. Let me now say their official names. The CEO, Lumi Treats, CEO Alagba for NG.
I'm not the CEO.
Anything you like, say I'm the one that's calling you the CEO. CEO Talks with Pikiki. Thank you very much for gracing this episode of Reality Monday with Damilai Mapa. I really appreciate it. So that will be all for this episode, which is episode 38 of Reality Monday with yours truly, Damilai Mapa. Preparing for 2022, part 2. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys. Oh, yes, I'm supposed to appreciate my listeners. Thank you very much for listening to this to the end, which is like very, very long. But you like this too. But anyways, thank you very much for listening to the end. I really, really appreciate you, and I hope that we see each other more, and we have wonderful memories in 2022, and hopefully there will not be any other viruses that come out. Amen. By God's grace. Yeah, and I'm hoping Nigeria will be better. Stay safe.
As you're going to dirty your December.
Please go and get the vaccine.
Oh, vaccine. Okay, no problem. We that we've not gotten, we'll try and get. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.